Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Crosswatchers. This is your April monthly love prediction reading. Of course, only take what resonates. Don't let anything take from you. This is still a collective reading. Everyone has free will and time is fluid. These are the main themes that you're dealing with this month. And I really appreciate all the likes, shares, comments, subscribes. It's a beautiful energy exchange, so I thank you for that, Libra. We've got Neptune, Dreams, Cancer, the Doula, and Uranus and Revolution, okay? So something is transforming from a dream state to, it feels like, reality, okay? It's transforming from something that was, you know, a figment of your imagination, something you really felt drawn to, something you really felt deep emotions for, okay, very sentimental about, and it feels like it's having a breakthrough. This relationship that you're in, this state of your heart, possibly, is having a breakthrough where it feels like you're being set free. It feels like a tower moment in the best possible way, with that lightning energy and something coming into, yeah, it's just, it feels like it's landing, okay? It's hitting the ground, okay? Hitting the ground running is the kind of, it's like, I dreamt about it, I manifested it, I possibly dreamt about this person even, and there's something very like mystical and magical about it, especially with the Cancer energy there. Feeling very intuitive, like I know this is coming, I know it's happening, and then bam, it like lands to the ground, okay? It feels, yeah, it feels quick. Let's get some more info. Okay, we're gonna take that. What is this pertaining to for love for Libra in the month of April? What is this pertaining to for Libra in the month of April? Okay. You're coming out of hermit mode. I think you've really had an awakening. You've really had that revolution, and you're coming out of it being only in your head, and you're allowing it to be embodied, okay? Cancer rules the stomach, okay? So it really feels like something that is coming from like the solar plexus. This is something you created. This has something to do with the way you see yourself, your identity, your willpower. It's very empowering, but I also feel like it's with that sensitivity and with that comfort and nostalgia, it's actually like aligning all of your chakras. But I do feel like you've had this epiphany, you've had this time alone, you've had this inner wisdom, and now you're like coming out of the cave, okay, and coming into the sun. And I think you've really walked away from like a burnt bridge is what I'm getting. And see how you're walking towards the sun. You could be walking towards a Leo here, Libra, but you're walking towards a happier time where you no longer have to fight the demons in your head, okay? So you no longer have to fight the mental battle, but I also think you no longer have to berate yourself for what you actually endured, for what you allowed, for what you put up with, for what you chose. Okay, there's a sense of like, I'm not weak for the decisions that I've made. They actually made me stronger, right? Because the doula is someone who helps someone to give birth, okay? And so I really think you've given birth to a new state of being, to a more innovative, awakened, insightful love mindset. And with that is coming through this King of Cups. You've also got the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and I was going to talk about the sense of nostalgia that this Cancer energy is bringing. So it could be someone from the past, even if it was a friend or a fleeting interaction, and you just had that intuition that there was some kind of magic in that moment that you two had together, that you know, felt like it was going to come back around. And I get a sense that there's a strong sense of loyalty here, a strong sense of friendship here, and something will develop, because with this King of Cups, you've got someone who is nurturing and compassionate and grounded in their emotions, emotionally available, okay, not manipulative. If it was in reverse, I'd be thinking that they were manipulative. But tell me more about this King of Cups, please, Spirit. Who is this person coming through for Libra? And if you're already in a connection, this is just your, it's someone coming across as divine masculine, okay? So we all have masculine and feminine qualities, as you hear me say all the time. But I do feel like this is someone who is divine masculine, like someone who has really done the work on themselves and perhaps been through a similar situation to this, to the point where they've also had a level up. But I feel like this person may realize that there's competition around you. They may realize that they have to like fight for your attention. And I think this person wants to be the one coming out on top. Like if you look at all these people who are clamoring on the sticks, it's like this person has that much more passion, that much more enthusiasm, that much more drive. Okay. You've also got the Knight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck again here. So that's interesting because it's like he's coming across as someone strong, stable, like I said, grounded, and slow and steady wins the race. So you might have been waiting quite a long time for this person to actually show up in your life. And the World is on the bottom of the deck as well. I'm going to take that because it feels like a sense of like coming back around, a sense of completion, a sense of, okay, this revolution was meant to take place. Again, the revolution. It's like maybe it's been a lap around the sun. You know how people say on your birthday, like, enjoy this lap around the sun? It's like with this revolution, this person has come back around because they cleaned up their own stuff. Okay. I actually want to get some other cards on here. Yeah, and if this is you in a relationship, I do feel like this person's having a level up. And it might have been a long time coming, but they're coming through with someone who has perhaps been focusing on their finances as well. But they think the world of you, and they've never stopped, like, also having like dream states about you, even though they might have seen you with other people and felt quite jealous of the situation. What else is happening in love for Libra in the month of April, please, Spirit? What else is happening in love? I just heard your abundance has been blocked for some time, okay? But with this opening up of self and walking away from toxic people, habits, things, thoughts, okay? You really are opening up a cup of love that leads to abundance. You know, it doesn't mean necessarily that this person is abundant, although they do come across as someone who wants to be supportive, okay, in that financial material sense, or at least someone who wants to like do it right, do it once, do it right, and do it on time kind of thing. But there is a sense of real gratitude and bliss and happiness coming through, like all my dreams are coming true, that kind of energy. You've also got girl talk and the runner, okay? So I think that you've been telling people that you're moving on. You've been telling people, or other people can see that you're moving on, and possibly they see you having a real glow up here, that you're stepping into like a spiritual energy and your aura is glowing with this Cancer energy here. I mean, the chick on this card just looks like she's the ever opening rose, if you know what I mean. Like she's just blossoming in all her sensuality. And I think that like you walk into a room and there's just something very like sexy about you that a lot of people are starting to notice. And I think that you could have some options here. And also with that dreamlike state, you seem very ethereal, okay? You seem very like mystical to people, mysterious to people, but you've come out of hermit mode. You're spending time with friends again. You might be happily single, or you're just happily living in the moment. Not too intense about, if you do have a partner, not too intense about what they're doing and what they're going through, or like you care for them and what they're going through, but you're not worried to the point of it's going to lead to gossip, okay? It's not worried to the point where I'm going to go and vent to my friends about my partner. There's something about this like having a very much an up level effect here. The runner card is interesting. You've got runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, and listening to ego. I actually feel like you're running away from that, especially with these three cards here. And then you've got someone showing up as emotionally available. So let me find out who is the runner, or what has the runner got to do with this situation, please, Spirit, when it comes to Libra love April. That's interesting. It popped out in reverse. Ace of Wands in reverse. It's someone who you had to, although you were very passionate towards, you actually had to, there's the Six of Cups again. You actually had to turn away from, okay? I really get a sense that you had to like, although there was a strong intimate connection with this person and it was hot, 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 there was a sense of this person was the unavailable one, okay? They were the one that you might have had to walk away from. And again, with the fire and the cup of the Eight of Cups here, and I said, you know, you like burnt bridges, you really had to walk away from this, okay? You really had to walk away. I get a sense that this person was immature, and they may have been younger than you, but that person was really listening to their ego. And even though it says fear of intimacy, like this person was using like intimate relations as a way of avoiding commitment, or a way of avoiding facing their own stuff in a relationship. And actually they might have been terrible communicators, okay, with the Ace of Wands in reverse. Sometimes the wands can talk about communication, even though it's usually the swords. I do see that, especially with the Five of Wands. I think when people communicate in a clear way, they can actually work together really well, and they can build like a really cool hut out of all these sticks, or they can make a ladder out of the sticks, so then they can actually elevate this situation. Because when you look at the Six of Wands, it's success. So I think that these people are like slowly getting their ish together, and I think this person really was avoiding that in terms of communication. So there was a sense of runner and codependent stuff going on there. You might still have a sense of nostalgia towards that person as well, okay? But it's almost like you need to balance the scales here, because you are Libra, and that's what you do. Although you're very charmed and charming by situations and in situations like this, I think you're actually asking for something that is a bit more supported and grounded, and where you are safe and seen, okay? That kind of energy. Let's get some more advice cards on this reading for Libra, please, Spirit. Bound. I actually see that in reverse. I'm actually going to take it in reverse. There's something very like devil energy about this card. Don't know if you can see it properly, but I'll just hold it still for a sec. It feels like you've unleashed those toxic ties with that person, with that runner energy. You're not putting up with it anymore, and you actually have been dreaming of something better. And in fact, I think the childhood dreams of love for you, your romanticized dreams of love for you, were ones that felt healthier. And it's really been, your intuition has really been excuse me, has really been speaking to you about how you knew all along that this wasn't it. Although it felt really good and really passionate, it just wasn't it, okay? And there is a sense of like that toxic tie can be so hard to break, okay? That kind of passion can be so hard to break. But you knew all along that something better was actually coming through. Hold, yeah, like I said, you want to be seen and held. That's so interesting. And it is interesting because this King of Cups card looks like he is touching the bowl, like holding the bowl in a sense. Like the bowl is very important. The cup is very important to him, or them, okay? Very important to them. And I think this person realizes the value that you present in their life as well, but not just you. Like you obviously see their emotional availability. I'm also getting a real sense that this person has had an awakening. Pisces energy here as well. Had an awakening to the point of very healed energy. I'm just noticing the starfish on this, and it feels like they're flexible with their healing. So they have a healing presence towards you, and especially with the held card having like that little love heart in the words there, it just feels like your heart is held in a safe spot, okay? No more sour vibes from this person, okay? No more of that. All right, let's get some final advice here for Libra. What is the advice for Libra in this situation? I have a sense you've been really patient as well with that Hermit energy, but it's like you're out and about living your life now, and that's when you actually feel better about yourself. You feel better in the mind. You know, you're not closed off and sitting within your four walls, and your anxiety gets the better of you. And that's when that person comes through. That's when that person shows up for you, committed or not. Like in a relationship or not. I think this will resonate in many different ways, but you see the world in each other, and you may even start to travel together, because the Knight is someone who travels towards someone, okay? So this person could be like coming home, whatever that means to you. There's a sense of coming home as well. Wow, that's cool. Let's get one more. Take the time to see the beauty in life and to appreciate it, to discover the beauty within yourself and to express it. Yeah, because if you're in your four walls, you can't see it. But, you know, the dream-like state of Neptune and the Cancer energy, and even the way you look at things is changing, okay? You're starting to see that gratitude and bliss, and starting to notice the ever unfolding rose that you are, and also the beauty in everything in the world, and the beauty of experiences past. With the two Six of Cups that came up, the Six of Cups that came up twice, there's like, okay, you can have that sense of nostalgia. You may have Cancer Moon, okay? You may have a very strong sense of nostalgia towards past relationships and past friendships, and that's totally fine. That's beautiful, and you're allowed to keep that person in your heart. You don't have to hate anyone, okay? Allow yourself to be imperfect, to be afraid, to be weak, to be human. And what did I say at the beginning about you feeling like you were weak, or you were you felt weak, you felt shame, you felt guilt for allowing this to happen? There's a strong sense of like, you know what, everything happens for a reason. I've learnt my lesson here, and I'm still learning, because this Two of Swords is really about like taking that blindfold off, making a decision, being very clear with self, and being very clear with the way you speak to yourself as well, strongly there. Make the choices that best provide what you need and most deeply affirm who you are. Okay, so owning all the parts of your humanness is such an important part of your April, but there's such a beautiful sense of abundance, like a dream-like state coming true for you here, Libra. So I love this reading for you. I love it. Please let me know in the comments below how this resonated. Maybe come back at the end of the month and watch it again. But I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for being here, of course. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.